Folks, I'm heading down to St. James nightclub.
Wait. I had to start recording again because I'm not gonna just have the opening be.
Excuse me.
So it's time to talk. It's time to chat up old Mrs. Piermont.
Would you sponsor me for the club?
This is terrible chat up talk.
He's very smooth with the ladies.
But I don't want to visit the club. I'll call the manager from my apartment.
Yay! I mean, I don't know why you couldn't. I don't know why you couldn't just tell the doorman, like, right there. But, because, I mean, we were standing literally right next to him.
But she didn't want to visit it. She didn't want to have to take one step closer.
Yeah.
Oh, come to Mommy, Spunky.
What?
And there's, yeah, Miss Piermont from off-screen talking to her dog. I have no idea what prompted that.
I think it's like how we call Joey into the elevator. She calls her dog into the elevator.
Yeah, but it's really weird that you hear it from off screen. And I don't know why
I have nightmares about that.
I don't know why I go back to the rope. There's nothing new to do with it. Come on, Rob. What are you doing? Now, of course, we're wandering around because we think if we wait long enough, we can just go right into the nightclub, or not the nightclub. Man, you got that stuck in my head now.
You're welcome.
No,
it's night and it's a club, so there you go.
It's not night. It's a bar.
No,
but anyway,
where I am at this night.
Oh, well, yeah. So all we actually have to do is click on the button and she'll buzz us in. So that was a whole lot of useless wandering.
Good job, bro.
Yeah. It's like, who do you think it would be? And of course, you have the opportunity to just straight up lie to her, which I don't know why you would, other than for a laugh. Like, I don't know.
Welcome to my humble little home.
She's got a jazzy music theme all to herself.
I was gonna say, this music theme is a thing, alright?
Yeah. It's unique to her home, so she's probably got like a stereo playing off screen or something.
I'm sure you have.
This is where Miss Piermont dumps a whole load of exposition on us about our past.
Well, that's a decent... I'd rather have it given to me by a kindly old lady than, like, just text.
But if you look real close, Miss Piermont has changed what she's wearing.
You walked out of your husband's funeral.
And she said some slightly off things.
It's
Okay,
I didn't
creepy.
actually notice that she had dressed differently until she stands up and walks somewhere. At that point, it became very obvious, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think I want to stay in this apartment for very much longer." We'll see that in a moment.
What was
Hurrah.
the professor working on?
I mean, if you look at her just right now, it's exactly as disturbing as you might be able to extrapolate.
But he died before it was realized. Your father became the project
But yes,
leader.
our father took over the
Dad was responsible for
The Skynet. He became the maker of Skynet.
Helmet's shoes. Link reached completion on the very
yeah
day.
he took over the project that Miss Piermont's professor husband was working on,
He spent more time
and
than he did with his wife and baby.
he apparently got really involved with Skynet as
Why
well.
did my mother try to escape?
But she did her best to cope. But she wasn't the same after Richard.
He loved Skynet so much
And
that
it
his
became
wife
his wife.
that his wife tried to run away.
Because she came from Hobart.
and then security like killed her because she came from a place that they don't like.
Would you like some paracetamol?
No.
I don't want analgesic. I want answers.
That delivery, though.
Why didn't you
Absolutely.
visit the club?
The memory is too painful.
Did you go there with the professor?
Now,
We met in a club.
she says that, but, like,
Handsome young
when we actually go there, the club is not really a bumpin' place.
in my
It's,
Well, it is like a wooden staircase.
in the garden of innocence.
I don't like where this is going.
I see what you mean. The memories are painful. Are you gonna sponsor me now?
If that's what you want.
and,
Telephone the
oh boy,
manager
oh
and
boy.
make the arrangements.
We're gonna need to,
Won't take a moment.
avert our eyes. Yeah.
Remember how she
Yeah.
said... Remember how she was like, she said, I remember you were a baby, and he's like, I've grown a bit. She's like, I'm sure you have.
Friend, I wish to
Yeah. It's,
Everything about this
Yeah.
is disturbing.
So, she is distracted, and she has a VCR.
No, editing. As she says, I don't believe it.
Yeah. But,
This editing will make perfect sense to the dog.
Yeah, exactly. We have to distract the dog with that, the stroking of that very pretty little pussy.
It's full of
Why?
and dog drool.
Why?
And of course, Miss Piermont is distracted the entire time, so she doesn't actually hear her dog.
If I pick up the bowl,
And the entire reason we did this makes no sense within the context of what Rob is actually doing in the game.
He just
We
picked up a dog
distracted-
biscuit.
Yeah, we distracted the dog with a videotape so that we could pick up dog biscuits from the dog's bowl. We have absolutely no reason to pick up dog biscuits. Like, there's no prompting for it, and it made...
Well, you knew that videotape had to be used somehow.
Yeah, it made no sense to me, but it's an adventure game, so VCR, videotape,
none of the buttons
it
do
to
what you
distract the
expect
dog,
them
which
to.
obviously means we have to get something from the dog bowl. And,
Those little kittens are so bright. Unlike
oh,
some pets.
Rob, you have to spoil it.
It's another of those easy-to-program
Oh, well.
machines.
I blame you for this.
Select the
You made me go along with this editing joke, and now it's come to bite us.
It's okay. People will still think it's...
Yes, especially if you keep talking about it like this.
I better not sit.
I'm shush.
She might take advantage of me.
Let's get out of this apartment, like, now.
Yeah. We don't have any other reason to be here. But I try mashing the dog biscuits onto all of his other items, just in case.
But not the lead pipe.
we have no other reason to be here. So we try talking to Miss Piermont, see if she has anything else to say, but she's too distracted.
Dia
Which means
boy.
that...
Excuse me.
Yeah, Dia. Very... She didn't sound that, like, exaggerated with her actual accent, but, you know.
Well,
So
her
that's all
very
we
first
need-
thing she said was, darling.
I mean, yeah, but that's, like, the only thing she said. But, that's all we have to do with Miss Piermont's apartment. And, I did not actually know that while I was playing this. I figured I might have to go back in there at some point. So I think there are a few instances where I walk up to the button and try to
Hello, Mr. Overman.
go back into her apartment or
How do you know my
something,
name?
because I'm
You're a
lost with
member now,
what to
sir.
do next.
It's my business to know all our members. Can I go in now?
And yeah, suddenly he knows that we're Overmen,
You're
but
in for a disappointment.
doesn't really care.
How come? It looks smart with the lights turned low, but in daylight, it's a flipping toilet.
And of course, that's
Never
the difference between subtitles and dialogue again.
I quite enjoy those, because sometimes they're comical.
And so now we see the inside of this club bar.
It's not
thing.
that bad.
Never mind.
I mean, no, but the
Hi. Mind if I join
the
you?
way that the doorman calls it a toilet is actually kind of foreshadowing in a way. Sort
Are
of.
we going to be urinated on in this club?
Decor is really
No.
unpleasant.
But
I chose that
it's
myself.
satire again.
Of course.
Pleased to meet you.
Except this time it's actually like it's a pretty subtle like dig
Greasy
at
fingerprints on the glass.
at things in real life.
Hey, get your hands off my drink, Buster.
So of course, it's an adventure game and there's a glass on the table that we can interact with, which clearly means that at some point we're gonna have to grab that glass, right?
Hello,
Obviously.
yourself. They call me Bob.
And again, a different accent.
And her name's Babs, no
See you
less.
later.
All them count
Yeah.
on it.
She's very rude. She does not like being chatted up by Rob, ladies' man, Foster,
Can you see I'm busy?
Overman.
I'll take your turn for you.
And lose the game for me?
You're
And he's got a different accent too.
Don't
Between
be so
lines.
sure, Gallagher.
He's a completely different accent from everybody else in the game. This is such a like weird
So are you.
combination of accents in this game that make no logical sense. And actually, there's Gallagher from Bellevue again,
Excuse
who
me.
has nothing to say to us,
Can I have a drink, please?
but is playing
No
poker.
chance.
Of course.
Why not? Nice ruse.
And he's got an Irish accent.
Do the rules prohibit me from drinking? No, you can drink all you want, but I can't serve you.
Now, I get the feeling that's some kind of joke or like satire.
I don't understand
Again.
what's going on. I'm sorry.
And I can't.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's a harsh ruse.
Like, I don't understand what it's
Wouldn't
supposed to
fire me if I
be
gave you a drink.
referring to, or
I'm gonna complain
some.
about
Like
you.
this whole thing just kind of went completely over my head because I think it's a reference that I'm just too young to understand or
There's only
something.
3 of 'em.
Yeah,
know.
this just sounds like Series of Fortunate Events logic here. But this is before the Series of Fortunate Events.
I mean, it's again just kind of dialogue that fluffs out the world and builds like the characters and everything. It's
The
not actually a dialogue
sax-
path that.
The sax player ruptured his lungs by blowing too hard.
Yes.
But
Don't question it. Don't question
it. Okay,
It's okay. It's okay.
I trust
So we're gonna
you. It's
in-
okay.
We're gonna interact with the other items,
Select button isn't lit.
which we don't actually need to use yet.
Pressing the buttons doesn't achieve
We
anything.
can't do anything with the jukebox because the band is playing. And
I was gonna say,
yeah, I
They
mean,
look really happy. Or stoned.
not mutually exclusive.
Play some rock and roll.
it wouldn't be very sporting
You
to
know
like.
Stairway to Heaven?
He's gonna heckle them though.
Guys,
Oh, they changed the music after you said that.
Yeah,
there's a thumb-sized
sort of.
indentation in the plate.
So we have a
Hmm.
thumb-sized indentation, and we have a glass that has greasy
No
fingerprints
sign of a
on it,
lock or a card slot.
which clearly means that these two things are going to interact with each other at some point.
Well,
But,
gee, where are their thumbprints in this place? I get the feeling you're not that good at adventure games yet.
So my logic was, I'll ruin his drink with dog biscuits so that I can grab the glass because he wants to go get a new one.
Fingerprints on the glass.
It didn't work.
He wouldn't have been able to get served anyways.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like I was working under the impression that I needed to grab the glass right now.
Excuse me.
That's rarely
But-
ever the case anyways.
Yeah, you can't. You
Where does the locked door lead?
you can ask the other people in this
Excuse me.
bar about that very, very obvious door.
Pause. There we go.
See?
Yeah. beat. Just a beat happens while the game tries to catch up to the dialogue.
Excuse me.
Another beat while we wait for his animation to
Where does
finish.
the locked door lead to? To the wine cellar.
Like Babs told you.
Parsons the only one who can open it. It's programmed to read his fingerprints.
Yeah, so that tells us, you know...
So Babs is just useless? She doesn't tell us anything that isn't told better by someone else?
No, she really doesn't.
I need to inspect your wine cellar.
Babs!
Forget it, mister.
And we try to bluff our way into the wine cellar, but it doesn't work.
Playing cards or what?
All right.
Because Rob is not actually as smooth as he thinks he is. But I figured, like, because of that last line where he says, like, he was distracted, like, I figured we could do something to distract him and then grab the glass. No, you can't. And I spent far more time than was necessary trying to work through that.
I've been brooding exit for the last 5 minutes, so...
Excuse me.
Well, we have to talk to the doorman again, because he has no more information. And we're going to go back to the door that Rob really likes.
Shut tight.
I was hoping you would like start stroking it just for a second.
Thanks, Rob, for that very insightful commentary. Now, at this point, we're wandering again because I'm not entirely sure what to do. But then I figure, dog biscuits on plank, because adventure game logic. And surprise, surprise, it works.
Yeah, you
Dog
figured it out
biscuits
faster
on
than I
plank.
did.
Yeah, dog biscuits on plank. And at that point, I'm just like,
Ah,
Oh.
the trap is baited.
oh. So what we're gonna have to do,
It
is
pivoted in the middle.
torture Miss Piermont's dog some more. Because it wasn't bad enough that we put on a videotape of cats in Miss Piermont's apartment to get his dog biscuits away from him.
All you do is get her out somehow.
Yeah, like that. So that's what I was doing at this point. Like, I was thinking, is there any way, like, do I have to trigger some way of getting Miss Piermont back down here manually?
You mean
No, it
dandelions
just kind of
were yellow?
happens.
The gardener told me they were blue.
And this is where Rob is incredibly gullible.
How'd you know the gardener is a fake?
He's got green fingers.
That's
Wait,
the sign of a naturally
what?
talented gardener.
I saw him dipping them in the paint. Anyway, the plants are made of plastic.
What?
Yeah,
You're a real
they're fake plants.
No problem.
And
What's
he
going
painted
on?
his fingers green.
Don't wear out
Yeah.
your thumbs.
But you might hear now, in the background, we have a yapping dog.
Excuse me.
I can hear that, yeah.
Yeah.
You told me dandelions were blue.
We're gonna call this this gardener out on his lies.
This boy assures me they're yellow.
Smart ass little brat.
Like, Rob, have you never seen a dandelion before?
No, he's been in the wasteland his whole life.
You'd figure they would. I mean, like, dandelions are pretty persistent buggers. You would think that if any weed or plant would grow out in the wasteland, it would be a dandelion.
All right, I get the point.
Yeah, that was
'Cause,
creepy. Again.
Why should I
This
do
game
that?
creeps me out a lot more now than it did when I was a kid.
Excuse me.
It's got a lot of little things.
Maybe I could force it open.
So at this point I figured that the dog was still upstairs and I could just hear it because, you know, we heard Miss Piermont from off screen while she was calling him into the elevator.
Oh my gosh,
But-
that yapping.
But no, we go back there and the dog is yapping at the dog biscuits on the plank. So we're gonna let him get his dog biscuits.
You're a bad man. I mean, I did this too, so I'm also a bad man, but you're a bad man.
the force that the dog goes off of the plank with seems not in proportion with the force of how the bricks dropped.
I mean, he's a fat little dog. He shouldn't have gone that high.
Well, the dog's having a whale of a time in that pool too.
Apparently, he's terrified.
You know, they say that.
You scared me.
Yep.
But you're only dummies.
Yeah, remember these guys? Remember this guy from upstairs in Bellevue?
I'm mildly concerned. This is where the game starts taking the sudden twist downward.
They're not human.
They're androids. So
They must have switches.
yeah, when you said that he kind of reminded you of a cyborg, yeah. Kind of.
Isn't this like where the game very suddenly starts taking a massive turn downwards?
There aren't any markings.
Not in quality, but in tone.
I don't know what would give you that impression.
Oh no, not her, not Anita.
You were saying?
Her skin is burnt and blistered.
No, it's not suddenly darker. Not at all. No.
Jeez.
So we're gonna look in the rest of these lockers as well.
His skin is cold, like plastic.
Like plastic. Ah. He might be an android too.
Yo, that's horrible.
Of course, that last one just has a severed head in
I
it.
don't think a severed head would be any use.
Now, this room actually highly confused me.
This place is spooky.
Because there is literally nothing to do in this room. Except discover that Anita has been stuffed into a locker.
So healthy.
Yeah, the hint is that she died of radiation, obviously.
Well, yeah. But there's literally no other use for this room. But there's
The wheels are locked in
a very conspicuous cabinet.
There could be something useful in there. Wouldn't you know it? It's locked.
Do we never
That,
get in?
Yeah, there's no way I know of to open that cabinet. So the entire existence of it and Rob's comments on it kind of just seem like a complete red herring to me.
Well, it probably is.
Yeah, because
If you've thrown your audience off kilter a bit, might as well throw them all the way off.
Yeah, and then this room is good for nothing except a joke.
A ventilation shaft. Better keep away from the edge, or I'll get sucked off.
I hate everything.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks. Nothing else to do in this room at all. No interactions with anything. Just making a bad joke.
It does also add to the sudden twist of atmosphere, because this does not look like a happy, fun place.
It's a massive ventilation shaft in the back of a cathedral.
Going down into the deep ground.
Yeah. Kind of foreshadowing, I guess, is what it is. So I figure,
this
they're
is a terrible
androids.
idea.
Yeah, I figure they're androids. We might be able to stuff Joey's circuit board into them. Now,
do you really want an army of Joeys after you?
Well, I figured we would
in Stoner
open. We would open one and get Joey into one android. I will say no more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this room was very confusing to me because I thought that there was something more to it than just discovering that Anita has been killed and stuffed into a locker. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? Can I open this cabinet? Is there anything for me to interact with in here? And this is...
Yeah, it's not... but I have to admit, they did a really good job of just suddenly bodies.
Oh, yeah. But, this is why I get annoyed at adventure games, is because there's very little indication of what things you need to progress. There's very little indication of when you're finished with a room and when there's something more you need to do inside of it. I get so annoyed by how poorly signposted it gets.
What would you do if you found a body?
And this is the least suspicious question ever.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
We're gonna, we saw Anita was killed, so we're gonna talk to people about the fact that she has been killed. And we're gonna figure out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's kind of a grim fellow.
My advice is to keep quiet. You can't help her now.
You know,
so look after yourself.
I wouldn't say that's terrible advice.
Wake up dead one morning.
But that's like, I feel sad now.
It's very grim advice, that's for sure. But we're gonna go back to the gardener and Vincent, the gamer boy,
and accuse them of murder.
No, we're gonna ask them their opinions on murder.
I wonder if Spunky died.
We don't see him again. It's we don't hear from Mrs. Piermont again either.
Oh.
He drowned in the pool.
I feel bad now, and I'm associating with a bad man.
I don't think we drowned the dog. Don't worry.
Oh, he's just at the vet for the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because
Okay.
he had all those, he had all those fleas, and then he suddenly got an impromptu bath.
It's true. Well, gee, this place looks so like a familiar place to save.
It's okay.
Thanks.